Hello, welcome to the Zera Shimshon, the weekly shir, Parshat Emor this week. It's Tes Zayin Iyar, and it's the 31st day of the Omer today, in Tafshin Pei. And this is a very interesting, getting ourselves ready already for Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur. Bez Hashem will have a minyan. So it says in the Midrash Rabbah Parshat Emor, it says, Pasuk B'chodesh HaShavi. It brings a pasuk in Tehillim, Mem Zayin, pasuk Vav. Olo Elokim B'Srua Hashem B'Koil Shofar. We actually say that before we blow the shofar. B'Shasha Kadosh Baruch Oila Bedin Hu Oila. It says when a Kadosh Baruch goes up, he's Bedin Hu Oila. He goes in Bedin, right? Judgment, strict judgment. Why? Shenemar, it says in the pasuk, Allah Elokim B'Srua. But Elokim is a shame of Midas Adin. B'Shasha Yisrael Neitlim Shofar Seyan V'Taikim Lifnei HaKadosh Baruch Hu. When the Jewish people take their shofars and blow before HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Oimed B'Kisei Din V'Yoshev HaKisei Rachamim. I don't know how this happens exactly, but he gets up from one chair, the Kisei Adin, the Midas Adin, and he goes over to the Kisei of the throne of Rachamim, of mercy. The Ksiv Hashem B'Koil Shofar. Hashem, the Shem Havaya, is the Shem of Rachamim. So Makshim Ha'olam, Kivin Sheb'Tkiyas Shofar Ne'apach the Rachamim, since by blowing the shofar, it turns the din to Rachamim, to Eich Komer Allah Elokim B'Trua. Why did it say that God goes up in the first place to Midas Adin? In the Trua. The mashma sheyesh Trua dain yesh shem Elokim, the mashma din. So even when he's blowing, there's still a Midas Adin. So how's that? V'yuvan ba'meh shekasav Arav Galanti in the Sefer Kol Beichim. He was a famous Makubal. In the pasuk it says, Harakta b'yom apecho. You killed them in the day of your wrath. The Lamaila yesh shalosha mini gevurais. He explains that there's in three types of gevurais, which is strengths up above. Hadanais esoilim, the judge, the world. Excuse me. I know gevurais achitzonios. The outside gevurais, the powers, the pulais shepu poyalais be'achzarios. They act in cruel and indifferent manner. Achzari, as cruel. Chema bli rachamim klal. Wrath without any mercy at all. Lamaila mehem, there's a step above that. Yesh gevurais kadoshais, there's holy gevurais, holy powers. The ayin based Sanhedrin shebehechal hazechus. That is the 72 the chachamim that are sitting in the heavens up above, that in the merit of in the hechal in the part of chus. Well, even more beneficial is kishenigmar hadin al yidei hagvurai shavat silos. If the din happens to be completed when you're using the gvurais in Atzilus, which is the highest heaven, shehem klulais berachamim v'chasadim. They are included in that level, are included in mercy and kindness. That's why David HaMelech prayed in Tehillim. It says, "V'gvurascha tidineni," and your gevura, you should judge me. What's a leimer? He means to say, "Shebegvura shecha shel atzilus." In other words, the gevura of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is in atzilus, and that's the highest level of heaven, which is totally merciful. It says also in that pasuk that from in front of you, my judgment should go out. What's the end of Rabbi Galanti? Somebody who has the proper intentions at the time he does a mitzvah, so that thought itself goes far up above. And if he does the mitzvah without the proper kavana, even though they're doing the mitzvah itself is nechshav lezechus, it's considered a merit. but it doesn't have the fuel, the power to go so far up above. Therefore, when the Jewish people are doing the Truah on Rosh Hashanah, and they only have an intention to just fulfill the mitzvah alone. So it takes effect that it will remove us from the worst condition of the Gevuras that are chitzainis, that are outside Gevuras that are very wrathful and judgmental. So hakashais, the difficult ones. So we're judged now in the upper level, which is in the Sanhedrin with ayin beis tzadikim. She'enim kol kach kashais, they're not so difficult. Zera Shimshon b'truma. That's what it means. Elokim is always a lashon of in the Gemara is a lashon of judges. So the Ola Elokim, the Hashem's midas adin, which is judgment, goes up with the trua. Shadin oila lamayla. So the din is elevated. So we get to the ayin beis Sanhedrin at least. Aval mikol malkam bedin hu oila, but still it's going up in a judgment case. Sha'af sham danim b'midas hagvura. They also judge there with midas hagvura, with the strength. So, we might get some midas rachamim, but not completely. At least we're out of the worst case scenario. Mamnam k'sheyisrael noitnim shofar that the Jewish people take their shofars. V'miskavnim hashemos hakadoshim, that they have the intention to have the kavanah for the holy names. Hayotzim hashofar v'kol hasodos hataluyim b'milas shofar, and all the secrets that are they're hanging on the word shofar. Dahainu lahamtik adin legamri. That means to sweeten the judgment altogether. The chesiv, it says mitzur davash asbi eko. The pasuk in Tehillim Pei Aleph. Shedvash is begematria shin vav, which is 306. That's from the word shofar, shin vav, and pei resh is another set of gevurais. Az hoifich lohem adin l'rachamim. Then it turns the midas adin to midas harachamim lifi shedanoisam begevurais hayoser al yoinei. So this goes up to the highest level of the in Atzilus. V'hainu milafonecho mishpati yetze. That's what David HaMelech meant. From in front of you, when it's right in front of you in Atzilus, my judgment should go out. Shehem rachamim v'chasadim gedolim. That's totally, absolute, 100% rachamim. That's where all of our tefillah should go, even bizman hazeh. And this week's Parshat Emor didn't have a segulav, so I will just tell you a very short one. It's a Gemara in Bava Metzia. Those who learn Bava Metzia know. It states, honor your wife, and so you will be wealthy. And this is the correct day to start honoring your wife as the mother of your children. So we have another counsel for Parnasa is to honor one's wife. I heard the following explanation. At the first sin of creation, the women were cursed that their husbands would rule over them. Men were cursed with the burden of Parnasa. But if a man will relieve his wife from her curse, and he honors her and he doesn't rule over her, right, he will be liberated from his curse, and he won't need to work hard for his Parnasa. Therefore, Chazal say, honor your wife so you will become wealthy. May you have a wealthy, healthy, and blessed week. May we meet again, Mitzvah Hashem, B'Korev.